Because I've got one that people, I'm telling you, in the past 6 months, I've heard more times.
Okay.
The WWE needs to bring the WCW concept of War Games to WWE.
Here's why I don't like War Games. Here's always my problem.
Many people have said that.
You know, here's my problem with War Games, though, is once you have Hell in a Cell, and it's also my problem with regular cage matches, I don't think they look good on, especially the chain link cage, they don't look good on TV. Hell in a Cell works because you have the cameras inside. War Games is great if you're there live, to see this monstrosity and to see the whole gimmick. But War Games has 2 rings, too. And now you're taking away fan seating. These arenas are set up differently. They're more narrow.
40 seats.
If they had enough talent.
Floor seats, all your money.
40 seats.
More than
I'm going to say Dog Kennel from Hell.
the biggest blunder.
Boom.
The biggest blunder.
I just dropped that
I'm going...
Dog Kennel from Hell.
It's a toss-up.
Unforgiven.
It's a toss-up of Mankind and Undertaker stuff. Either Boiler Room Brawl or 2 months later, Buried Alive. Would you ever think of a match where you're going to bury somebody in dirt?
Boiler Room Brawl.
Boiler Room. Here's why Boiler Room Brawl was great.
That's the same thing as like LeBar's closet match. Nobody wants to see that.
No, you know why? Because it played great to the it played great to the Mankind character because he stayed in the Boiler Room. He did his promos in the Boiler Room, and then they fight out of it all to the backstage. You're watching remember at this time, this is August of '96. You didn't see the backstages a lot. You didn't see walk through. It was a kind of a cool concept.
I'm going to go with any ladder match with the Hardy Boys and Edge and Christian.
Okay.
Because that's just creativity and wow factor. That never disappointed
Probably
me.
the most painful of all.
They're great. There's the
Agreed.
spear off the ladder.
The spear, the Jeff Hardy off the ladder.
Disgusting. But back to your Buried Alive point.
That was a great gimmick.
That is, listen, there should be one more Buried Alive match in WWE history, and that should be Kane and Undertaker, WrestleMania 32 or 3.
It's Kane and Taker.
I just put them both away.
You know, if
I say we put
actually
Sting in a Buried Alive match. Let's bury Sting.
That's very true. I think that's a good one. Actually,
You know what? He should have been the hottest up-and-coming star, because look at the impact he's made.
Yeah, tell him to go get a tan.
Aside from the Punjabi prison match, too, I think. No, honestly, though, one of my favorites has always been the Elimination Chamber. And I understand that on TV it doesn't look great at times. But just the idea of that match, you know you're going to get a half-hour match. Every 5 minutes, a new chamber opens, a new pod opens. You just never know what's going to happen there. I mean, look at times whenever Jericho won and Michaels came under the ring.
Yeah.
And the best
part, get on top of the pods.
And the best part about that is you can get on the pods, you can do things of that nature, you can throw them through the plexiglass. But I loved how it was, it was right on top of the ring, so it didn't have any drop off. That metal crate was surrounding the ring as well. It gives them so much room and flexibility, and it seemed like every move that ever happened.
If War Games was 2 cages and they were the old-fashioned, like the blue steel cage, and where you could see better, but the wrestlers hate it. I mean, there's nothing harder than the blue steel. At least the chain link cage is some give.
I like the black cage.
To the diva over here. What was your favorite diva? We talked. Most of these were male wrestling matches, diva matches.
Oh, anything Trish Stratus and Lita, because that was going to be some good wrestling.
I was a big fan of the evening gown match.
I was about to say, you a problem with the putty matches?
I don't. That's not my favorite. I like the wrestling.
If paid, you would do it though.
Yeah. I mean, who wouldn't?
I like that you try to make.
And you guys are talking about cages. We're talking about ladders. How about like storyline stipulation? WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan had to defeat.
That's not a bad point.
Triple H.
There's a point here of stipulations. It doesn't have to be just a prop.
To the triple threat main event.
Well, here's the thing that's true. What about
that goes into no RKOs? It goes into those.
You can ban things. One thing that I always liked was obviously the streak is a stipulation, but even like career matches, because even though you kind of know what's going to happen, you still have to tune in to see it. Like everybody knew Flair was done, but that didn't really disperse the fact that you needed to see that match.
That's what they have to do for Taker. You're gonna
know he's done.
You had Donald Trump, Vince McMahon a few years back. Look at next year in Dallas, Jerry Jones, Vince McMahon.
Well, Mark Cuban.
Or Mark
Cuban, come on now.
There's a lot that you could see with the billionaires that are down in Dallas. But what about this one? I really like, WCW guy.
Here we go.
But I really like Battle Bull, the Lethal Lottery. It's Starrcade, where you had tournaments with guys getting picked. They didn't know each other. They had to win their tag match to go on to Battle Bull.
What about a coal miner's glove match?
Hey,
Let me tell you, you want to sum up WCW being crappy?
It wasn't Jake's fault the Cobra didn't bite him.
No. You want to sum up WCW being crappy? Who does a spin the wheel, make a deal kind of gimmick, and they don't rig the damn wheel? They actually let the wheel legitimately just keep effing spinning until it stops on a coal miner's. Jake the Snake pops over from WWE, 1992, hot as mother.
What about a blindfold match?
That's actually funny. I think blindfold.
A one arm behind the back match.
At the end of the day,
Stone Cold on Raw.
At the end of the day, can we all agree that King of the Ring needs to come back?
No.
Instead
King of the
of
Ring would be your
WWE
battle
We all don't
Crickets.
agree. No.
Crickets.